Hey everyone! Welcome to week 3 of your kindergarten through 5th grade craft bags so that we can spend another week making another fun craft with you this summer. And today I am here to make a fun aquarium jar with you guys. This is so fun. It's lights up in there. We have this cool tea light that changes colors as you use it. And we've got a bunch of fish swimming around in there. All sorts of fun things. Pipe cleaners, all those little ocean plants and things. And we're gonna make this today. And we might go a little faster than you can go at home because we've pre-done a couple of the steps. So feel free to pause the video and get those steps completed and then come on back and finish out the project. I'm really excited about this one. And let's just get started. So pull out your aquarium jar packet. It should look like this. And it says aquarium jar on the instruction packet inside. And you know it's the aquarium jar because it's the one with the jar in it. So grab that, and inside you should have a bunch of fun supplies. We love putting these packets together. It's fun to see them all laid out. So you've got your instructions, which is important. Got those. And you should have some pipe cleaners. Those are going to make some of our ocean plants. You should have some blue tissue paper in your pouch and a plastic jar with a lid, that's this guy, and a styrofoam block. It should be unpainted. It looks like this color, and we're gonna paint it blue like this. So you should have a white block in your bag. And some fish stickers. Those are gonna be the fish that float around in our aquarium. Popsicle sticks and beads of all different shapes and sizes. We have those here. Whole bag of goodies. And some blue paint in our famous little condiment containers here. Blue paint. Be careful, you might want to tap them on the table so all that paint settles and doesn't stick to the lid. And you're going to need a paintbrush. Mine's pink. Everybody might have a different color of paintbrush in their bag. And your fancy color changing LED. You can make sure this guy works. Pop him on. Flip the little switch on the bottom. Boop. And he begins changing colors. Look at that. We were so excited to get a box of these at the library. We all stopped everything to watch the LED lights change colors. I think that's so fun. I'll show you at the end what he looks like with the lights off. And then, last but not least, you have an unsharpened pencil. This is going to actually be a tool that we use for our craft, but when we're done, feel free to sharpen it and use it like it's intended, like a pencil. Alright, let's move these guys out of the way because we're ready to get started. What you're going to want to do, oh, just kidding. Also what you need is a pair of scissors. I also need a pair of scissors. We happen to have a few general supplies sitting over there. So these are not included in your packet, and hopefully you'll have a pair at home. If you don't, give us librarians a call and we will float you a pair of scissors. So we got those. And the first thing you're going to want to do, and this is going to take the longest, is you're going to want to grab that white styrofoam, yours looks like this, and you're going to want to paint the top and all of the sides blue with that blue paint we gave you. Now it's kind of tricky to paint styrofoam because it's very porous. There's lots of little holes in there. So what I did was I dipped a good glob of paint on my paintbrush and then sort of dabbed the paint on instead of painting. Really sunk it into those nooks and crannies, all over on the sides, kind of dabbing and pressing until the styrofoam was completely blue. I left the bottom white because you're not going to see him anyway. So just get the sides and the top all nice and blue and then set them aside to dry. Styrofoam actually takes kind of a long time to dry, so you're going to want to get a head start on this project and know that this guy is going to have to dry all the way and it might take a minute. The other thing you're going to want to paint is your tea light. You can use the same blue paint to do this. And this isn't hard at all. But be careful not to paint the flame of your tea light. You only want to paint the white barrel part, and you can paint the top. So that, I have one here. It looks like this. So you're going to turn your white tea light into a blue tea light. But like I said, don't paint your flame or else when you turn it on, you won't see those pretty colors. Alright, set your candle and your foam piece aside to dry, and you can move on to these next few steps as we keep building our aquarium. And the next thing, I'm going to consult my instructions here. Now we're going to make our pipe cleaner plants to live inside of our jar. And to do that, we have 2 different types that we created that I'm going to show you. And then if you have a creative idea of your own, feel free to do that too. But we'll get you started, give you some inspiration. And the first one we're going to make is the spiky plant from our jar. If you can see in there, there's the spiky plant with all the tall stems. That's the one we're going to make right now. So what you need to do for that one is grab 2 pipe cleaners. I like these shiny foil pipe cleaners because they really let the light reflect off of them when the candle is changing colors. So we're going to take both of our pipe cleaners and line them up. We got 2 here. They're even now. And we're actually going to fold them in half like this. And then we're going to fold them in half again, just like that. And then the part down here with all the folds in it, we're going to twist that tightly and squish it so it makes a nice pointy post to stuff into our styrofoam. Then you can kind of spread out the sprigs of your plant like this. And you should have 2 that are still hooked together. See how this guy's still connected and this guy is still connected? That's where you're going to take your scissors and open them up. So I'm going to cut in there like that, and we'll cut this guy here like that. All right, and then you can kind of pull them and arrange them in any way you like. Now be careful, pipe cleaners are a little pokey, so be gentle. You don't want to poke your hand with our fun craft project. Then you can dip into this fun bag of beads and goodies and pick some to decorate your plant. So there's all kinds of fun stuff in here, and you just choose a bead and slide it on the stem. And you can slide as many beads as you want, and as many beads as you have in your bag. Make sure to save some for the other plants you're gonna make. And these guys, you can stick to one color or you can put a bunch of colors on there. You can do whatever you want. So be careful on the ones you cut. They might be bent down. You might have to unbend them so that you can slide your beads on there. There we go. We have this fun, sparkly water plant to go in our aquarium. And I have one that I already did, but you have enough in your packet so that you could make another one. This one I did all in just green, so he's real cute. This one's all in green, so he's real cute. So we have 2 of our stems now, and I'm going to set those aside and show you the second kind of water plant that we designed. And that one's in here. It's the spiral plant, if you can see that one. The spiral plant. So I've already made one. Well, I made 2 actually. So I'll show you those. So they look like this. And then there's a little bit left at the bottom. That's the pokey part that we can stick right into our styrofoam. So grab whatever pipe cleaner you like. And I'm going to cut them in half, but I'm not going to cut them in the middle in half. I'm going to cut them so that I have 1 tall piece and 1 short piece. And it doesn't have to be exact. And then I'm going to take the short piece and I'm going to pick several beads and space them out along the length of this pipe cleaner, just like there's 1 bead. I think I'll do all green ones if I can find them. Okay, so you can see my beads are spaced out. There's some space in between there on my pipe cleaner. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy pencil and I'm going to pinch the pipe cleaner and the pencil towards the bottom of the pencil. And then I'm going to wrap my pipe cleaner around and move towards the top of the pencil until I've got it all the way around. And then you can slide your pencil out and it stays in a cool spiral shape. And then you can bend your little pipe cleaner end straight again so that you have something easy to poke into your styrofoam. And then you can adjust him and move him, but he's a nice fun little spiral at this point. Then you can do the same thing with the longer end, and you can choose new colors if you like. You can do the same pattern, whatever you want. I'm going to use some of these blue ones because they remind me of bubbles. So I have a bunch of blue beads strung onto my longer pipe cleaner. Grab my pencil again, pinch both the pipe cleaner and the pencil at one end, and then start wrapping in a spiral motion around that pencil till I get to the top. Press him on, slide him off. We have a fun corkscrew water plant, and we can straighten out that little end so that we know he'll sit upright in there. And there's our other corkscrew. So now we have a whole bunch of these fun corkscrew plants that we can put in our aquarium. So once you've got those set, you can set them aside, and you should have a few more pipe cleaners left that you can make more of those examples that we just showed you, or you can be creative and make your own fun water plant for your aquarium. You got plenty of beads, because boy do we have beads here at the library. It's time to start assembling the aquarium. So you're going to want to grab your blue styrofoam after it's been completely dry and bring it in front of you. So set that on the table. Move some of these things out of the way here. Bring out your styrofoam and your candle, your electronic tea light, and let's just sit our tea light on top of our styrofoam while we're working so that we make sure we leave enough space. If we don't put the tea light there while we're working, we might not have room to fit it in when we're done. So my tea light's gonna sit here and wait. Then I'm gonna take the end of my paintbrush and use it to make some holes in the styrofoam where I want my plants to sit, especially these big pokey plants. These plants have a lot of pipe cleaners at the bottom, so they're going to need a bigger hole. You might be able to push in the spiral plants without making a special hole, but I used my paintbrush to do this. So use the bottom of your paintbrush and just poke a hole in your styrofoam wherever you want your plant to go. Try not to go all the way through to the bottom, but you can go kind of most of the way. And then take the end that you've pinched nice and pointy and stuff him right down into that hole that you made. And then you can continue to fluff out your fun little plant like that until you like him. You can move his beads around, whatever you like. And do the same with your other one. Remember, keep your light here poised on your block so that you leave room for him. Now, I'm going to put my spiral corkscrew plants in. So I'm going to make one hole here. And I'm going to make sort of a cluster of these spiral ones. I'm going to take a short one and then a long one. Now it's time I need some blue. So I'll put a blue one over here. So that's what it's looking like so far. Freestanding little aquarium plants there, looking cool. And I think I'll put my last one in front over here. There we go. So there's my little aquarium so far. Now it's time for the fish. You're going to want to grab your popsicle sticks. You should have all kinds of different sizes. So you can have some tall fish and some short fish. And you can decide that based on the size of your fish, maybe, which popsicle stick you want to use. So I got my popsicle sticks and I have my fish stickers. And I'm going to choose my fish. I think I want one of these whales. Everybody's fish stickers are a little bit different. These are the stickers I have. They are, it looks like I got a shark and some whales, some fish and some starships, starfish. And I think I want this whale. So I'm going to peel him off carefully and then take a popsicle stick and we're going to just stick the whale sticker or whatever sticker you choose to the top of our popsicle stick, and then we can poke him right into the styrofoam wherever we want the sticker to live, the fish to live. So I'm going to put him back there. Careful, remember your pipe cleaners are pokey. So now we have a floating whale in the background. Now I think I'm going to go for something a little smaller. I think I want this little orange fish here. I think I want to put him on a popsicle stick. And I'm going to put him, when you use the smaller ones, Put your fish on the flat, towards the top of the flat one, so that the rounded edge can poke into your styrofoam. And decide where you want your next fish to live. Remember, we're keeping that light in there so that we work around it. I like this fish that I got here. He's cool looking. And I'm gonna put him on the top of another popsicle stick like that. And stuff him in maybe over here. And you can keep going until you have as many fish as you have popsicle sticks for. Maybe you want to use all of them. Maybe you only want to use a few. It's up to you. It's your aquarium. I'm actually going to take one of my fish stickers and place it right on the front of my styrofoam. So there's a little fish running around down there. I've got some bubbles I can put on. I've got some seashells. Maybe I want to put right on the floor of my styrofoam so that there's a shell hanging out there. Put a starfish maybe on the side. Starfish are pretty cool. So I got a starfish over there now, a fish and a shell on the beach. All right, I think I'm satisfied with all my fun fish. Now it's almost ready to go in your jar. So you're gonna grab your jar, move some of my goodies out of the way here, and you're gonna grab your blue tissue paper. You should have kind of a long tissue paper. And we're gonna kind of squish it into a snake. Like a little snake like that. You can twist it a little bit if you want, like that. Just make sure it's a little fluffy still. Open up your jar and you're gonna set this inside like a ring. So we made just a little ring and we're just gonna set it in there so that it goes in the bottom and wraps around and kind of creates a cushion that looks like water for our styrofoam to sit on. So just squish it in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. You want it to kind of be pressed down because you don't want to hide any of the fun decorations you made. So there is the tissue paper in the bottom of the jar. Then, now here's the thing. You want to turn your tea light on now before you stuff it in there because it will be a little bit harder to access once you've already put it in. So turn on your tea light. It's making those fun colors. Set them on your display. And then carefully, I'm going to use my whale because he's got a nice tall stick. Carefully set your block in the jar. You might have to kind of guide some of your plants on down in there. Careful, don't get stuck to your fish stickers. They are resisting. Slowly get him down on in there so that he sits on his nice water bed. And then you're ready to screw on the lid. Now you have a fun aquarium jar. Let's turn off the lights and see what it looks like. Look at that. So fun. Would make a fun summer night light for your bedroom. Maybe you're going camping and you want a little light when you're in your tent. I think it's super fun. I want to see your guys' jars. So make sure to send us a picture when you are done. Okay guys, I'm trying something weird. I got these crazy lights on to go with my crazy aquarium. What do you think? Like I said, send us a picture of what you've worked on. Facebook.com/Earlville Public Library. And don't forget to be filling out those book logs. Turn them in and get a reading tag for all the reading you've been doing. And save up that money so that you can shop in the store in August. All those book logs, you can save them up, you can bring them in to get your tags, but that money will still count towards the store and we'll shop in August so you have all summer to read. We've got lots of other fun videos to watch on YouTube, so go check those out. And we'll see you next week for another craft. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.